Hi guys and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin and this is episode 61. Ripple's only product, Ripplenet, Istanbul fork launched Destabilizes Ethereum Testnet, and Binance launches 7th phase of lending program. We also have more articles that we're going to cover. Anyways, guys, happy Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching us live, you're welcome to the channel. And if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please make sure you leave us a comment on the comment section below, right? If you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is on, you can join us on the Discord. The link is in the description. And if you want to keep up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, you hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. As you already know, we are live every night at 9 p.m. Central. Anyways, before we actually start with the news, a person in Twitter and also YouTuber to the lifeboats in YouTube on Twitter, Sam I am or Green Eggs and Ham, asking people to asking for support, right, with some questions, right? He says, "Hey gang, make sure these questions get seen. Would y'all please go like them for me?" Right? There are questions that he's tweeting to Anthony Pompliano for his meeting with Brad Garlinghouse, which is supposed to be on, I think, Friday. Can't remember if this Friday or the next. Anyways. Pompliano confirmed that they're going to have the meeting. It's going to be for like 90 minutes. I would have to go and look at Pompliano's tweet. Anyways, if you guys can do me a solid and actually go and... I'm not sure which one's Anthony Pompliano. Here we go. Go hit that like for Sam so that these questions are probably upvoted and he can see them, right? I did not prepare this part beforehand. Sorry about that. It's right here. Confirmed. I'll be interviewing Brad Garlinghouse on Friday afternoon for 90 minutes. Not a time set yet, but anyways, he'll be there. Hey, Arturo, how's it going, man? Thank you for tuning in, man. It'll be an unfiltered conversation. He has agreed to answer all the questions. What should I ask, right? So he's posting a question. Anyways, guys, if you like these questions from Sam, maybe there's a chance that... Pompliano asked them to Brad Garlinghouse, and the questions are pretty solid. So again, if you're on Twitter, go like those. Now on to the news, right? Police force has auctioned off more than £240,000, so around $294,000 of cryptocurrency confiscated from a teenage hacker. The Eastern Region Special Operations Unit sold the stash, which included Bitcoin, Ripple, and Ethereum, in what is said to be a first for the UK police. Now, it is understood that the currency came from Elliot Gunton of Old Catton, near Norwich. Man, they have some weird names over there in England, right? Who received jail sentence for hacking internet provider TalkTalk. The unit said that the money raised would go towards fighting crime, which I think is pretty cool. Now, the assets were sold in small lots by Wilson's Auctions, and the bidders were approved users of cryptocurrency to ensure that the digital money would not fall back into criminal hands. Now, the event drew about 7,500 bidders from around the world, including the UK, US, Australia, Dubai, Brazil, and Singapore. Now, the Detective Chief Inspector Martin Peters of the Eastern Region Special Operations Unit said that asset recovery in a digital world has evolved, so that it's really important that working alongside commercial partners, we have clear process for the storage and sale of cryptocurrency. Now, this goes on to show that there is no place to hide criminal assets. We are consistently developing our techniques and capabilities to ensure that proceeds from crime are either given back to the rightful owner or, as in this case, are reinvested in crime. Now, in other news, right? WG Bank AG is a German bank partially owned by blockchain firms Nimic, TokenPay, and Litecoin Foundation, and it's planning to process cryptocurrency payments for retailers starting 2020. I think that's pretty cool that they want to process they're going to be like the ATMs for retailers, right? So they can take crypto. Now, CEO Matthias von Hoff told CoinDesk on this article, right, that the program is now accepting retailer applications for a sandbox test group, with applications opening to the public in early 2020. Now, he's stating that you don't have to be a customer of the bank. He said all they do is provide a regulatory framework in the background to make sure that when a retailer receives crypto, he actually receives fiat in his bank account if he chooses, right? So the retailer has the option of taking the payment as a form of fiat or keep it as crypto, which is pretty good for retailers, right? Some of them might want to hedge and take some of the earnings as crypto and then some of them as fiat, and I believe that's pretty cool. Now, they are stating that they will not limit themselves to just point-of-sale terminals. They will also want to do online checkout, ATMs, and they're currently investigating an option to integrate a crypto exchange into the bank as well. It's unclear which exchange the bank may be able to integrate in the future or how they're going to integrate it. But again, it's pretty cool that they want to bring mass adoption to the retailers by bringing like terminals or point-of-sale terminals to them, right? Now let's go look at the whole market. What is going on in the market? Yesterday, lost some market cap, right? Money flowing out of the crypto sphere. 0.36% from an opening of 214.32 billion, closing at 213.33 billion. Right now, again, the day down here it says the second, right? It just started 2 hours ago. Just keep that in mind. 0.02% down, right? So basically sitting at 213.26 billion. What is going on with Bitcoin dominance? Bitcoin gained some dominance yesterday. Basically, whatever it lost on Sunday, it gained yesterday, right? 0.62% up from an opening of 69.62% to closing of 70.07%. Right now, it's losing a little bit, 0.05%, sitting at 70.03% off market cap. Again, that is pretty cool that Bitcoin rebounded a little bit. However, it's short-lived, and we might see the alts taking back some of that dominance. Why I like it, it's because it's showing a little bit of strength for Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin had a good day yesterday, making a little positive price, which again brings hope to everyone else in the crypto sphere, right? Because whatever Bitcoin does, a lot of the other coins are going to follow because it's the major player in the market right now. Let's go look at the news for Bitcoin. I only have one article. It's just kind of funny. A Russian scientist has been fined the equivalent of $7,000 for using a supercomputer inside a secretive nuclear facility to mine for Bitcoin, you know? So he's using like nuclear power to mine for Bitcoin. I just thought that was funny, right? Denis Bykov, an employee of the Federal Nuclear Center in Sarov, was fined 450,000 rubles on September 17th after being found guilty of violating the lab's internal computer policies. Now, two additional staff members, Andrei Rybkin and Andrei Shatokin, are still facing legal action. The employees were charged with unlawful access to computer information and using unauthorized computer software. Now, it is a little bit dangerous that they're doing it inside a nuclear power plant. I'm not sure if they were testing or if they're actually looking to make profit by running it there. But, you know, they could certainly cause some other problems, right? First of all, safety issues for a lot of people because they wouldn't know that that rig was operating there or what it was doing. So, again, you know, a lot of things could have happened and gone wrong, right? So, yeah, I guess it's fine that they are being fined. You know, $7,000 is not that much. I'm not sure how much it would impact someone in Russia. What their minimum salary or minimum wage is for them, but again, kind of sucks, right? Anyways, let's go on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, like I said yesterday, positive price action, very little, very short-lived. Right now, basically on this indecision going on, sitting at almost like 0.02% down. Price of Bitcoin at 8,320. What is going on the daily, right? So we had these two pumps to the upside yesterday with a bearish engulfing candle. Basically, 2 days ago with a bearish engulfing candle. Yesterday, not doing much. And right now, it seems like we're facing resistance around that 8,437 that we traced, right? And we'll see it when we get closer. What's going on with the MACD, right? Positive dominance, negative momentum decreasing, right? Still, and sitting low on the RSI at 29, still on oversold territory. Most of the stuff that is happening on Bitcoin is happening on the minor scales, like the 4 hour and the 1 hour, and that's where we're going to see a lot of stuff developing. Anyway, sitting below that 20 MA, and actually even sitting below the 200 MA. And we were checking that earlier. I was talking to someone about that. Being the, basically, the last 200 periods, right? And if you look at it on a more macro scale, right? The 200 MA, every time Bitcoin has been on a bull run, it has been above that 200, right? Is this dotted line here in the middle. I don't want to keep it highlighted. I do believe it just makes it easier to be seen. And again, I could adjust this for sure, right? I can make this like blue maybe, or maybe orange, right? I believe that will be fine for this line. Might make it easier to see, right? Anyways, as you can see, Bitcoin has always been above that when it's been on a bull run. Whenever it was on a bearish downtrend, right, we were sitting below it, and when we broke above it again, we were suddenly sitting above that 200 MA. Right now, we've broken down below it. Seems like we want to break back above it, which would be nice. It would put us again on that bull run, but we are struggling with it, right? I'm gonna make sure we zoom in a lot in here. So you can see that we kind of broke above it on the last candle, but we were rejected, and right now we're struggling again. So again, that 200 MA, it is an important indicator that we have to look at, right? And we're looking at it today because we are failing to break it. Anyways, let me go and switch this back to the 20 MA, which is the one that I use for most of the analysis, right? There we go. Like I said, sitting below 20 MA. Let's see where this takes us. Now, let's go on to the 4 hours. What is happening with Bitcoin on the 4 hours? Let me do this so it resets a little bit better. There we go. Sitting over that 20 MA, right? Like I said, seeing some rejection around that 8,437. We have similar heights, more or less, right? Making like a sort of, if you want to go with the wicks, you could, like we called here, a double bottom here. It wouldn't necessarily be a double top, but it's certainly not the strongest pattern, right? We are struggling to break above. Still making less positive momentum and sitting neutral on the RSI at 50.99. So again, can go either way. Where we really see what is going on, it's on the 1 hour, right? And here, we were talking about this yesterday on the stream, right? We were here, we were somewhere around here, maybe here. It was like 9 p.m., 10 p.m., right? And we're talking, man, for us to not create bearish divergence, we would need to hit somewhere around here, and price action would definitely need to go higher. And we actually need to go higher than that, right? Even hitting this line would have made bearish divergence, which meant price action to the downside. So again, I'll trace it to where it was because it played out. We're also calling it here on the RSI. And we said, look, guys, here price action to the downside. We did get it, right? And then we said, we only had 2 candles, but we said it, right? We can develop something like this, like it's a channel going down. Again, break to the upside again. Make a higher high, but with less positive momentum. We actually had 0 momentum, right? 0 positive momentum. We were in the negative. And that just basically broke us down to the downside, right? That is precisely what happened. We called it out yesterday. We told you guys to be aware of it. So anyways, we had that bearish divergence on the MACD and the RSI, not so much in the MACD line. Then we develop again bearish divergence on the second line, right, on that second rise. So again, that's what dropped us down, right? Right now we're kind of flagging, trying to figure out what's going on. Again, sitting below at 20 MA, still above that mid part of that downsloping channel, which is fine. If we were to look at it on this chart, we would be between that 50% and that 75% line of that equidistant channel. And on this other scale, right, where would we be at? Sorry, I didn't want to move that. Certainly facing rejection at that 236, right, which would be our common retrace, our beginning of the retrace zone, 8,493. We actually went above it slightly, and then we are rejecting it. Like I said, struggling to stay above that resistance of like 8,400 that we have on that other chart. Anyways, that we had some sort of bullish divergence back here, right? We played out to the upside, and then we developed some throughout the day. I actually sent this to someone else on chat, right? And I said, look, man, we are developing hidden bullish divergence. We're probably gonna run up a little bit because it means price continuation, and we did run up a little bit, and then we just crashed down, right? And I sent that to Twitter, on Twitter, to someone, right, on Twitter chat. 1 second, guys. And it was in the morning, right? And I was saying, like, short-term scale mention stream, you know, potentially flag, try to make higher high, make bearish divergence again, price drop. So, you know, we were calling it out, and we were saying, like, see, might see a smaller pump, might create more bearish divergence, bottom, you know, sloping. Anyways, we do post stuff everywhere. Sometimes I might not post it on the main Twitter screen, but I do try to keep it keep people informed, at least the ones that I know that are kind of tracking all of this. Anyways, right now we have to create a pattern because we're not doing anything. This is higher than this, and we are making more negative momentum. Again, you could grab this and try to go here, you know, and then say, oh man, well, you know, we are making it will be like from here, man, it will be from a positive to a negative, right? We are making hidden bullish divergence, price continuation. Yeah, we could run up a little bit more again, but we're gonna get tired of this exercise of going up and making very little positive momentum, because if we run up again, it's gonna take a lot of strength to get us out of these negative momentum. We're probably gonna make a very small amount of positive momo, and then this would actually go there, and then we're probably gonna dump harder. And you know, you also have it on the other side, so you could say technically from here to here, you're actually going lower, so you would be going with the market. But if you wanted to go from here to here to make it equal, you know, you would also be making that bullish divergence, right? Anyways, we had it to here, and I'll just leave it as it was before because it played out nicely, it played out as expected. Right now we need to develop something else. We are kind of at the same height that we were out here, and we are at lower levels. You know, it could technically be a sort of like bullish divergence developing. It would be slant bullish divergence, which it might not be very strong, but within that amount, and let's say you are going higher, and you would be going lower technically, right? So again, right now I would like for this to develop a little bit more before we actually call something on Bitcoin. Anyways, let's go on to Ethereum. Ethereum testnets are supposed to be unstable, right? But it seems like the Istanbul upgrade ran into problems on the very first block it processed. Why did they have this problem, right? Part of the reason may be that Ethereum jumped the gun and did their test earlier than expected, right? The Istanbul fork was supposed to be activated on Ripplenet testnet on October the 2nd at block height 6,485,846. Instead, it was done on September 30th around 3:40 a.m. UTC, and this was due to faster than expected block confirmations. Now, the reason for this significant split between Istanbul and the main chain on the testnet is largely due to the sudden implementation. Most of the miners on the Ripplenet blockchain have not upgraded to the latest software required for Istanbul. Miners have to do this manually, and it is possible that the earlier than expected Istanbul block caught them off guard, right? So that's why they were having the problem. Now, in other news that are a little bit more worrying, we talked about this the other day, right? Ethereum smart contracts Fairwind recently was accused of being the fastest growing Ponzi scheme on Ethereum. The count was emptied, right? So we covered that article. Now, according to Ether scan data at press time, Fairwind's balance is exactly 0 Ethereum. Hey, Benny, how's it going, man? Thank you for being here. Yeah, we already covered Bitcoin, and there's some interesting stuff happening that we stated, but we'll cover it again later on. The smart contract held over 49,518 Ethereum just a few days ago on September 26th, and Fairwind value also topped at over 10 million on September the 21st. But like I said, right now the account is empty. It is unclear whether the contract was drained by the owner or some malicious actors or concerned users, but apparently by the multitude of withdrawing addresses, it would suggest the latter, right? That people actually got out of that. But I mean, for 100% of the people to leave it, it would just seem too coordinated, right? We would need to wait for more information to develop on this. Anyways, multiple crypto social media users have been analyzing what they believe to be the fastest growing Ponzi scheme on Ethereum. Blockchain developer Philip Castonguay warned at the time that Fairwind.me Ponzi scheme contains critical vulnerabilities that put all funds at risk. Spread the knowledge, especially in Asia. Users need to withdraw their funds and stop interacting with the contract ASAP. This touches on an article, like I said, that we covered earlier. I will try to post a link up here once the stream is done. You'll see like that little card pop up. Once YouTube finishes processing the video, I'll go place that up there, right? Anyways, what is going on Ethereum? And if you guys have any comments regarding that Fairwind and the potential Ponzi scheme, do let me know. I really want to know what you guys are thinking, right? Yesterday we had also a green day, right? So getting dominance, Bitcoin getting dominance yesterday. Right now losing some, but You know, Ethereum getting dominance also today. Yesterday gaining 0.07, right now getting actually losing 0.03 right now. It just shifted. Anyway, sitting at 8.96% off market. That's fine. You know, anything above 8 for Ethereum, it's potentially good. Now let's go into the price of Ethereum, sitting at $176.59. Yesterday made a red day. Right now, sorry, I'm on day 1 hour, man. Snap. Undo that. Ethereum on the daily. Yesterday had a red day, losing dominance, right? 2.31%. Right now, gaining some 0.46%. Sitting at 8.96. Like I said, anything above 8% is still fine for Ethereum. On the price, what is going on? Well, yesterday we had impulse down. And right now, still trying to fight back, right? Like Bitcoin had a little bit of impulse up, very little, but the alts suffered a lot yesterday. What is happening? Well, again, if we wanted to do it on this chart, from here to here, we'll be making a higher high, right? And on that scale, I mean, even though it's crossed, it will be counted as slant bullish divergence, right? This is low on the momentum. Again, that will be going with the market. We develop bearish divergence on the smaller scales, guys. Sorry, undo that, man. I'm a bit off today, so and sitting at where are we sitting at? 44.47 on the RSI, which puts us on that neutral zone. That negative momentum starting to decrease. Again, sitting below at 20 MA, but above that mid part of the channel still. You know, we're using it as support. What is happening on the 4 hours? Sitting above that 20 MA, sitting above that mid part of the channel. Positive momentum starting to decrease. Here's where I had that divergence that I wanted to talk about, man. Sorry. We called this one out yesterday, right? We said we're making bearish divergence, price action to the downside. We are getting it right now. Have not yet developed anything on the bottom part to call bullish momentum on the 4 hours. Again, sitting at 50.94 on the RSI. On the 1 hour. Where are we at on the 1 hour? Yeah, we also had that bearish divergence, right, developed that we called out. We said if we don't make anything higher, we're going to make that bearish divergence. We had it here. We had it on the other side. We left it open for you guys to keep track of it. However, it did develop. We just see that price action to the downside right now. Like I said, we are making more negative momentum, so we would be making to any point there, right? I don't want to pinpoint it to hardcore, but we would be going higher. Again, we would be making hidden bullish divergence, which would potentially mean price action to the upside, and it will be from here to here. Again, here we will be congruent with the market, so we only have it on the histogram, right? So again, price continuation, we could potentially go up a little bit more, right? Try to make something higher. I'm not sure if we're gonna fail or not, but we might see a small pump to the upside. Again, let's see how that goes. Ethereum, hey, Free TV Addict, how's it going, man? Thank you for tuning in. Ethereum might pump. This helps the alts. Yeah, Ethereum pumping helps the alts. It's the second largest crypto, so again, it does help. We'll cover Bitcoin again once we finish with the segment, right? So again, we have that potential. Not potential. It is bullish divergence, hidden bullish divergence, developing price continuation, sitting neutral on the RSI again. 46. We could go either way right now. Trying to find some ground here. We are seeing a lot of indecision, right? You make a positive, then you make a negative. You kind of make a positive, but then you reverse it, and then you reverse that negative, and then you have like an indecision doji, right? Like bulls try to push it up, but then bears bring it back down. And right now it looks like it's happening the same way, right? So again, indecision going on. We need to wait for something else to develop so we can trace something and call it what it is, right? Anyways, here we're making a higher low, right, within this island, so, and we're making lower negative momentum. So again, we are going with the market. Nothing else going on the Ethereum 1 hour. Let's go on to Ripple news. Ripple, even though most of the articles or the cards that I have for the thumbnails start with Ripple, we do cover a lot of news. And I just do have it because Ripple seems to bring a lot of people into the channel, right? I do seem to get more clicks when we talk about Ripple. But I will try to keep it a little bit more balanced on the thumbnails. The Ripple website has recently removed all mentions of the previous products, XRapid, XCurrent, and XVIA. Ripple now offers a single solution, which is called Ripplenet, that unites all the features that previously it offered, right? So they're just calling it Ripplenet, and that's it. I guess people were getting confused with the XRapid, XCurrent, and XVIA, and which one was what. So again, they're just bundling it all together in one. This move potentially widens the usage of XRP, right? People forgot Ethereum hit 1,400. The suckers that bought got pawned. Yeah, a lot of people bought at the heights, right? FOMO and stuff like that, not knowing what the market was going to do. Certainly seen a lot of people lose their money, right? Like I said, this move potentially widens the usage of XRP as one from sending funds, right? It can be used for a lot more things now. All banks that have used the Xcurrent product are automatically joined the Ripplenet, which is pretty cool as well. Now, in the past, Ripple this is from the articles straight out, right? This is what I want to read out. In the past, Ripple has attempted to explain the need for the XRP coin. Within its payment system, the Xcurrent interbank payment network can function as a distributed ledger without the need for XRP, and the Xrapid system was meant to usher XRP adoption. We talked about that, right? And every time that we had articles that mentioned Xcurrent, we were saying that it was not using the XRP token, and when we said that Xrapid was being used by MoneyGram, now Ripple has manufactured a use case for XRP with the ecosystem of its recently acquired MoneyGram business. This is also from the article. XRP will be used along with on-demand liquidity to achieve fast cross-border payments, but the usage of XRP remains optional for banks. Again, I mean, banks might start adopting XRP because right now, when a bank signs on for for Ripplenet, we're not gonna know off the bat if they're going to be using the XRP token or not, right? That's going to be left out in the open. So again, unless they actually state it that they're not using it, it could be assumed that they're either using XRP or not. And again, some banks might get confused and just opt for using Ripple, right? Because it's just one solution now. Anyways, Ripple remains one of the most well-known projects, and it's like the third digital asset in market cap, right? And it's the only crypto that has like real case used, right, with the sending of money and being used by MoneyGram. Is the only one that certainly has the most adoption, right? The contracts on Ethereum, yeah, somewhat, and then Bitcoin as a store of value, but it wasn't the initial purpose of Bitcoin, right? The initial purpose of Bitcoin was to be a method of payment as well, but people started coming out with faster solutions, and then Ripple had to find a secondary use, and it became store of value, and that's fine. And like I said, this is one of the few projects that has real case use, right? Anyways, I did have the Ripple page open, right? And like I said, they're all just calling it that. You can watch this video if you have a chance. It goes on detail on Ripplenet, right? And it's 4 minutes long. It's not very lengthy. And then who runs on Ripple? They're not saying which product. They just who runs on Ripple, right? And then they just mention the banks: American Express, MoneyGram, PNC, Santander, SBI Remit. So again, they just bundle everyone up in the same product, right? So they're not making any differentiation. And again, it might generate some confusion for some people, but the ones that are following this from before will still know who's running on what, right? So we know the banks run on currency. We know that MoneyGram runs on XRP, and that's fine. I mean, I don't mind it. However, it will just make it a little bit more difficult to determine who's running what later on. How is the XRP dominance? Let's go on the daily, right? Dominance yesterday kind of undid what we did before, right? We were seeing at almost 5.17 of market cap. Undid that right now, still struggling. Yesterday dropping 3.01%, right now going up 0.01%, sitting at 5.02 of market cap. XRP was 325, now it's like 25 cents compared to other cryptos. It held a bit. If you think about it, some cryptos like APCC or SAP, I'm not sure. Yeah, APCC went from 325 to 03. Yeah, that is true. It is holding, but again, it has real case world use, right? I'm not sure what APCC is doing, man, but Ripple does have some adoption. Now, stuff I don't like, we've broken below that 25 cent mark. We're holding it yesterday, and we're below it again on that danger zone. I can extend this channel to how it was and get better touch points. I get 1, 2 here, a couple of touch points on the top. I'll fine tune it in the smaller scales. Him and app coins. Okay, cool. Sure, man. Yeah, some of the other coins definitely drop. momentum, right? Decreasing. And sitting at 43.94 on the RSI. So right now it would seem that we could potentially start making less negative momentum and then maybe get a cross and pump to the upside, hopefully. But right now Ripple being a little bit weak, still within this upsloping channel, you know. Let's go look at a more micro scale. If you guys see me a little bit off, it's because I think I'm getting sick. My nose is completely clogged and I think I'm coming down with something. Again, my kid is going to school. It's his first year and he's picking up bucks left and right, man. Sitting above that 20 MA, XRP is something serious. It's held its own, could make move. Yeah, it is more or less stable, right? But again, it's sitting below that 25-cent mark. It's not very strong for Ripple. I do hope they pick it up, right? Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Anyways, facing again that 20 MA as support. Let's hope we bounce off it. If we break below it, you know, we might see some price action, strong price action to the downside. I hope we don't. That positive momentum certainly is about to die, and we might get that cross that I was talking about on the 1 hour. Sorry, on the 4 hour. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 47.96. Again, within that upsloping channel. Are we doing something on Ripple? Not really. We are making still in the positive momentum. We are not making anything. This is higher than this, you know. This is lower, so we're going with the market. No divergence that I can trace here on the MACD, right? So my question is, can I trace something on the RSI? Not likely. This is lower, you know. This is higher than this. So again, we would be going with the market on the 4 hour. Let's go on the 1 hour. What happened on the 1 hour? We had this divergence, right? We called it out. We said, man, we're going to make it, and it's going to be like to that zero, right? That's why we left that line up here. We said if we want to make something, we need this high to come up. We knew we were not going to make it, so we knew price was potentially going to go down unless Bitcoin pumped. We called it out. You know, look at the drop we had since yesterday at 9 p.m. We lost from almost 26 cents, went all the way down to like 24.7, right? So again, if you were here yesterday, you probably knew that this was going to happen. Stuff that I can see off the bat, yeah, this. Not the strongest looking, right? From here to here, you're going completely high, and you will be going from here to here. You will be going low. That would be hidden bullish divergence. Again, that would mean price continuation. We might still see a little bit more price action to the downside, so just be careful with that. Sitting below at 20 MA, volatility a little bit open on the Bollinger Bands. Negative momentum stagnating, even though we're going lower, right? So we are making slant from here to here, right? That small dot I just traced would be from here to here, which would be creating slant bullish divergence, which might see us see price action to the upside. We just have it on the MACD histogram. It's not on the RSI. We're actually going lower, which would be congruent with what we are seeing up here. Again, just be careful. It might not be very strong. It might not play out. You know, that hidden bullish divergence, it certainly seems to have a lot more strength. It covers a lot more period of time, a longer period of time. So again, Ripple not looking very strong right now. Sorry about that. You know, so yeah, let's go on to Litecoin. I do have an article from Litecoin today. What is going on with Litecoin, right? It's this one. It's just very short. Litecoin is not a security, according to the Crypto Rating Council, an organization that assists crypto-related companies understand whether they can comply with current U.S. federal security laws. Now, again, it would be nice to see the crypto holding of each member of the Crypto Rating Council to establish whether or not there are hidden agendas being pushed, right? How can it, you know, this coin, how can it not rank low? It's just basically a copy of Bitcoin, but slightly faster, right? So again, this is the chart. I'm not sure if you can see everyone, but Litecoin is here as a third graph. I will certainly try to put this into view. There we go. So Litecoin is here, right? It ranks at 1 on that scale. So again, that's it. That's the only article I have for Litecoin. And it just kind of touches on stuff we talked about yesterday. So I'm not going to dig more into it. Let's go on to the Litecoin dominance on the daily. What is happening with Litecoin dominance? Well, Litecoin yesterday, like everyone else, had a red day, right? Right now, gaining a little bit more than everyone else, right? In dominance, sitting at 1.68% of market cap. Price of Litecoin. going up, right? Yesterday going down a little bit. Right now recovering, sitting at $56 and 43 cents. Basically recovering a little bit of what we undid yesterday, and that is fine. Still making negative momentum, but less of it. And sitting low on the RSI at 34.88. Like I said, Bitcoin is still sitting at oversold. Litecoin, it's on sold, but not at oversold, right? Anyways, let's go on to the 4-hour. Seeing all of that 20 MA, are we doing something? Yeah, we had this sort of bullish divergence that we called out. We are seeing some of that price action to the outside. We said it was not the strongest. It's like weak bearish divergence, sorry. So we are seeing that price action to the downside, but maybe not as strong as it would have been. Again, on the RSI, we're more or less congruent, right? We are going higher. That's fine. Nothing else going on the 4 hours. Let's go into the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we had this bearish divergence develop, sorry. We called it out yesterday. We said price action to the downside. We did get it. We're starting to see some sort of recovery right now, and it could be because I think it might be, Let me check this. No, it's actually going higher. Are we doing something here? No, we're just going with the market right now, right? We're not developing any bullish divergence, right? We would be making sort of like hidden bullish divergence from here to here, and from here to here it will be slightly higher. Again, very slight. And from here to here you will be going with the market, right? So again, just price continuation right now. That will be it. Anyways, this divergence, I like that it played out. Also in the 4 hours, we can see it play out, right? I would need for something else to develop so we can call it. On the top part, we're actually making a lower high. So again, from here to here, it's nothing. And from here to here, it's nothing. We're just going with the market. So let's jump onto Binance. Yeah, this one. Binance announced that it would be removing 30 trading pairs from its platform with the goal of improving liquidity and trading experience for its users. When you have a lot of coins, people like if you have just Bitcoin, all the money would go into Bitcoin, right? If you have Bitcoin and Ethereum, then you give the people the option of putting their money into different things. So that you start to get diversified, which is good for the people, but sometimes it's bad for the liquidity of the exchange, right? You have everyone basically trying to get into many coins, and that just is bad, right? So apparently, I believe they would be removing the underperformers. Now, what is weird is that the full list of trading pairs that are to be removed are listed on are going to be listed on the screen. I'll put them here, right? These are the pairs. I'm not going to read all the pairs, but you can see them, right? And basically, the removal has left a bad aftertaste in the mouth of many altcoin investors, since several of these trading pairs involved assets that were funded through Binance Launchpad. Now, being Launchpad projects, these digital assets were hyped to the high heavens by the Binance marketing team through their many Launchpad competitions and announcements. BitTorrent, Harmony, Elrond, and Wink are the assets that were launched through Binance Launchpad. Now, regardless of the actual reason these pairs were removed, the announcement has had a clear knock-on effect on the price of these assets, right? When someone gets delisted from an exchange, especially a major one like Binance, you see their price drop significantly. So again, in other news, Binance is announcing their the seventh phase of lending products. Right, it will be launching on October the 2nd, so tomorrow. And Binance Coin will be offered at 14-day lending period with two different subscription caps, right? Each with different annualized interest rates. Other currencies supported will be Bitcoin, Ethereum Classic. You can see them here. I'll put them here on the screen. Ethereum Classic, Chainlink, Litecoin, USDC, USD Tether. Payouts occur immediately after the term of the loan expires. And as to be expected, Binance is among the highest amount of annualized interest rate at 10%, right? You can see it here, 10%. And then USD Tether also 10%. The rest do have smaller returns. And the Binance 500 cap, individual cap, has at 10%, and the 5,000 individual cap has 6%. Unsure why they are paying less to the people that are putting more money there, right? They should be paying equals or even more, man. You're having more money stuck with them that you cannot move, so you should get paid more interest on that. Anyways, it kind of sucks. At least I know banks, if you have more money, they'll give you better investment products. Here it seems that if you have more money, you get less return. Let's go look at Binance and what's going on, right? Binance on the daily. Man, Price yesterday making some positive dominance, 0.63%. Right now losing that dominance, 0.51%. Making positive momentum, sitting low on the RSI at 31.77. On the price, right? Yesterday slightly positive price action. Right now losing that and a little bit more. Still making that negative momentum, right? Decreasing still. Sitting oversold on the RSI at 29.16, right? Sitting below 20 MA, volatility open on the Bollinger Bands. Still within this downsloping channel, facing resistance at that mid part. Are we developing something higher to lower? Yes, we are, right? In a more major scale, we will be making from here to here. We called it yesterday, from here to here, right? And from here to here, you will be making bullish divergence, right? Price action to the upside. It's not playing out very strong for Binance. On the 4 hours, what is going on? On the 4 hours, sitting above that 20 MA, which is fine, making negative price action, rejecting that 20 MA on the past 8 to 12 hour candle. This one here, price action still decreasing, right? What do we make here? 0.181582.1. Yeah, this is slightly lower than this. Again, you're going higher. You're making that bearish divergence. Price action to the downside. We did get it. It was very weak, not very strong, and sitting neutral on the RSI at 48.44. Let's go into the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we are seeing below at 20 MA. We are rejecting it, failing to break above it. That's not very good. That's not a bullish sign. Again, breaking down and seeing price action to the downside. More negative momentum starting to develop. Sitting low on the RSI at 44. Still in that neutral zone, but heading towards that sold territory. Are we doing something here? We're going lower again. No, we had that bearish divergence developed that we called out yesterday, right? Actually, it would have been going from to here, and then this would have been going to here, right? Again, developed that price action to the downside. We did get it. It was very weak, like I said. Again, you need Binance to go up. It could help Binance alts. Yeah. Binance should go up, right? It's sitting low at $15.72. Again, I guess everyone wants Binance to go up. Man, my nose is like killing me, bro. One second, guys. Yeah. Anyways, I'm back. I need to blow my nose real quick, man. It was just getting too clogged up, man. Anyways, like I was saying, Binance on the 1 hour not looking very strong as well, right? What I can see right now is that we are making a lower low right now, and this is still developing, right? But we're making a lower low slightly, and momentum is definitely less. So again, we could develop some bullish divergence, right? Not yet made. But again, we could potentially develop it. Just keep it in mind that it could develop, right? Binance could dump more, still to 100% up or some. Yeah, not more than that, right? It was at $4 on November, $4.66, and it's still at $15. So it'll be like 300 and some odd percent up still. So yeah, almost 300% up, right? So it's good for Binance. Again, that's it for this, man. I guess I just covered everything. I'll go back to Bitcoin real quick and do that one, and then I'll jump into Seller. Bitcoin, what we talked about, right? I was actually chatting with Benny off on Twitter today when stuff was developing in the morning. So I was telling him like more or less what I was thinking was going to happen, right? So we called this bearish divergence yesterday, right on the top. We talked about what could happen, right? We said we could probably create a channel, right? I did make that channel and then I deleted it. I said it was too small of a pattern. We could have just dumped as well. But I said if we develop a channel, we might pump up a little bit more again, right? Because it will be a bear bull flag. It wasn't very strong, that pump. This is technically higher than this. That closing, it's at 8,453, and this closing over here is at 8,445. So it's slightly going higher. And look, man, we are making negative momentum on that higher high. So again, that's why we broke down, right? We called it yesterday. We said, man, watch out. We could develop. And it did develop just as we called it, right? We said it was going to be like this. And it went just like that, right? Same thing happened with me in December, Benny. I was also going to get into Binance, and I didn't. I actually had Binance when it was around $10. Then it went up to like 12, and I got rid of it. And that was it for me with Binance. And I didn't want to get into it because I was not trading on Binance again. And to me, just holding Binance there without trading in Binance at that point in time made no sense. So I got rid of my Binance and transferred them to like Ripple at that point in time. And then I got out of it, right? And I should have transferred to Bitcoin, I guess. Say thinking? Oh man, I'm completely off, bro. Anyways, yeah, this shit's going down, man. Not looking very good right now for Bitcoin on the 1 hour. Again, this is like 19.25 and this is like 17.30. Potentially, dude, it's very slight right now. This is going lower. Little did we know that it could have been 500% profit. Yeah. It was actually much more, man. Binance, if you would have gone in on Binance at $4.66 and you would have written it all the way up to like $43 and somewhat cents, you would have gotten almost 1,000% increase on your profits, bro. I also misread that one, dude. I did not think it was going to go that high. And surprise, surprise, right? Anyways, that's part of learning, right? And that's the opportunities, man. Some people might have seen them, some people might have not seen them, some people might have had Binance by accident and gotten that pump, right? Anyways, right now we would be making bullish divergence. However, this negative momentum is still developing. I don't believe we have seen this still go to the downside. If this was to play out, we might see some stagnation around this area and potentially like move a little more or pump to the upside. I don't like that we are sitting below that 8,437, right? We struggled to break above it, right? I had this resistance trade for a while, but it seemed like, we tried to break here, then we broke down below it. We tried to break again, and then we were like dumped again, and then we just are failing to get above that 20 MA, right? We also called it on the 200 MA. I'm going to have to go on the daily, but I'm going to put in the 200, right? And this is an interesting indicator. I saw this with Crypto Zombie today, or not Crypto Zombie, who was it? Crown Cave, I think. I tried not to look at many people, but the 200 MA I had not looked in a while, and they were making a very valid point. And I have to admit that credits to them for showing it. Again, this is the 200 MA, this orange line, right? Hey, David, how's it going, bro? Thank you for tuning in. This orange line is the 200 MA. Look, the bull trend, right? Above that 200 MA, beautifully. Here we broke down below it, then we kind of bounced up, and then we broke below it again and stayed below it and touched it a couple times. But look, guess what? We were in that bear market, right? Below that 200. Then guess what? Back in April 2nd, broke back above it, and look at this nice run, right? That bull run that we had. But guess where we're at right now, guys? We're sitting below that 200 MA and struggling to break it, man. I'll make this a little bit better for you guys to see. Sorry, just that with the 200 MA, it just messes up my chart and I need to do different stuff. So again, with the 200 MA, we are failing to break above it. We kind of wicked above it on this previous candle, which gave some people hope that we potentially could have closed there. But no, that bearish divergence that we had, it was very real. We called it out. If you were here yesterday, you know what we were talking about. And we saw that price drop again, and it is not good that we are sitting below that 200 MA, right? If we keep on going below this, guess what? Bear market is on again, and we don't want to be in the bear market because that means price action to the downside, and that means we could actually go and hit what we talked about, that measure move. Again, the Bollinger Bands look very open because of the 200 MA that I'm using, but if I go back and put it on the 20 MA, it would certainly look more normal, right? Volatility open again. There we go. I think I moved the Bollingers, resetting them though. on the Bollinger's. We also touched that 236 yesterday, right? And that would be the beginning of the retrace zone for it to be a valid retrace. And guess what? We rejected it as well. So again, we had resistance from that basically, right? And 8,500-ish area, right? That's where we actually got rejected. So again, Bitcoin not looking the strongest right now. And on the 1 hour, like we called it, you know, we stated this yesterday, man. It was clear as day. I remember it. Even though I'm sick right now, my memory's probably like killing me. We had this. I had this up to here. I said if it doesn't touch that, even if it touches it, it's bearish divergence, potential price action to the downside. We traced this flag. I deleted it because I traced it again today. And I said we could flag or we could dump, right? Or we could drop and retest this, right? We are not retesting this for sure. But we did make that flag and we pumped to the upside, and guess what? We didn't even make positive momentum, guys. And we called it out. We said, look, we're gonna make very little positive momentum or almost nothing. And we're gonna make a higher high and we're gonna dump. And that's precisely what happened. We hit this in the morning at 11. Guess what? By 12, we're already dumping, dude. And yeah, we called it out. You know, we told you guys it was gonna happen. We did say we did not know how strong that dump was gonna be. But we did know that we were going to see some price action to the downside. And we did get it. Anyways, Benny, I know you like... I know you like seller. I'm going to go look at that real quick. On the daily. And I don't think it's doing that great as well. Right, we had also that divergence, bearish divergence play out. I have it here. It looks like straight lines, but they'll like basically come into... look better once we do that. Who was it that was here yesterday? William James was here yesterday. I'm not sure if you're William James. If you're here today, say hi. I haven't seen you, buddy, but you know, I know you want to get into Bitcoin. I did tell you to wait a little bit, or at least scale into the position, or average down, while you're buying in. I'm not sure right now if it's still the best time to buy Bitcoin, but just be careful. You know, the dumping might still not be done, right? We have not hit that measure move, so again, just be careful. On seller, sitting below the 20 MA, making less negative momentum, right? And sitting low on the RSI at 34, basically sold, right? So again, lots of room to run to the upside. Let's go into more micro scale too, so we can see what's going on. On the more micro, right? And I believe this is on the 1 hour. That's why it's not looking very good. We are going higher on the price. We're also going higher in the momentum, and we're going higher on the RSI. So not much there. We are congruent with the market right now. Even on this low to this low is definitely higher. So again, nothing on the 4 hour that we can trace, right, for this. But in the 1 hour, we can see a lot of stuff happening, right? We had this bullish divergence played out nicely with price action to the upside, breaking us out of this channel. I'll extend it just so that we can have it as a reference. And this channel for some reason got moved or shifted a little bit, but this should have been there. Stuff that happened, right? From here to here, we're going higher. We did not call this bearish divergence on the RSI, but we did call it on the on the histogram, right? And then on the RSI, we were toying with this. We were saying, man, if it goes up to here, we will be making it. Otherwise, we're not. This is still yesterday at 9 p.m. actually. And guess what? We did make that low. And guess what? We made a higher high again. Or no, this is actually lower. So we had divergence on the MACD histogram twice, double. And we only had it once on the RSI. But guess what? We said we were going to dump, and we took a dive, right? A little bit harsher than Bitcoin by the looks of it. Anyways, we broke below that 20 MA. We kind of fought to get above it again, but we're unable to. Now we're going lower. And stuff I am looking at is that right now, look at this. This is lower than this in a more slight scale, right? And it's still developing, so it might not play out at all. But this is technically lower. And then on the histogram, snap, man, I didn't want to touch there. You will be making less negative momentum. Again, potential price action to the upside. If this was to play out, we could still develop a little bit more candles, and this could get negated, right? Just be aware of that. But right now, it looks like we would be developing that. And on the histogram, we were actually going lower, right? Sitting at 40 points. Sorry, on the histogram. On the RSI, we will be going lower at 40.48. My head's completely off today, man. I'm not coordinated on my thoughts and my speech. That is not the best thing to do. Analysis with. But anyways, this is solid, right? You can see that it's lower, and that is that would be a strong bullish divergence developing on the histogram. Anyways, that's it for seller. I know, David, you like to look at XLM, so we'll look at XLM as well. I'll start on the daily and see if we develop something else in XLM, but I doubt it. This is almost like a twister top, and that is a bullish, a bearish pattern. Also, Bitcoin, I think, has it. I'll look this up, and I'll tell you what a twister top looks like from a picture. This could be a twister top, right? Either flat bars or on the bottom, right? There could be wicks or bars, right? And that would be either bullish or bearish. This would be bearish twister tops, and this would be bullish twister tops, right? And they usually indicate pattern reversals. They're usually after an uptrend. You would see them. So again, here you had this small move to the upside. You are more or less at the same price. They're not technically a twister top, but they're more or less, and they are behaving the same way. Again, you're seeing that price action to the downside, but also from that divergence that we have. Now, negative momentum seems to be stagnating a little bit and sitting at 44 on the RSI, which puts you on that neutral zone on the daily. I hit the 3 hour, man. On the 4 hours, what's going on? You are starting to make negative momentum again, sitting at 44 on the RSI. You would be making right now, and you still have not finished developing this, right? But right now, from here, from this low, you'll be going to a higher low. And here on the histogram, you'll be going like from 0 to like something, right? But again, this would be making a sort of hidden bullish divergence, which is price continuation. Again, we might see some more price action to the downside. Just be careful with that one, right? This is the 4 hour. Again, other than that, nothing else going on, and I wouldn't call this one valid. I would rather go from this island to this island, and it's a higher low. It will be a more solid on the 4 hours, right? It's a tough call. Debating buying Litecoin. I still think under 30, it's a buy zone, or even 25. Yeah, but what is it sitting at right now? Like 50 some odd, right? We did it a couple of minutes ago. $56.29. Anyways, let's go into the 1 hour in XLM. Setting below at 20 MA. Again, broke down below it on basically where we going, like this candle, right? On bearish divergence, right? Just like everyone else. Bearish divergence everywhere. All on the market, man. That's what's seeing everyone see down price action to the downside. Again, that developed pump you to the downside. You're having that nasty drop. This candle is not looking very good for sure. Looks a bit nasty. Yeah. This low is more or less the same as this low, but you're making less negative momentum, much less negative momentum. Again, this will be slant divergence. It will be bullish divergence. Right? Oh, we're starting a new candle. And this is stagnating, but again, we would see where this candle goes, right? If it stays flat or below this, you will be making bullish divergence again, so just keep in mind, and could mean price action to the upside. You don't have it on the RSI, unfortunately, just on the MACD histogram, right? So again, hey, people tuned in, guys, if you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you're notified when we go live. And again, thank you for watching and tuning in. If you guys have any other coin that you would like to look at, please let me know, and we will definitely talk about it. I feel like I'm talking very far away. My ears are like clogged right now as well, man. Anyways, do let me know if you want to look at something else. It's starting to rain heavily, so I could have some like power outages. Sometimes they do happen when it rains heavily around this area, so yeah. Let me know if you guys want to look at a coin, and I will definitely look at it. If I start speaking slowly or softly, do let me know as well. Yeah. But awaiting on you guys' comments. What do you guys want to look at? While you toss up a coin, I will start to look at gold just to make sure and see what it is doing. Kind of recover a little bit, apparently. Let's figure out what's going on, right? Yeah, yesterday made a slight green day. Right now, again, going to the downside. What's happening on gold? It would seem that right now, we would be making this negative momentum still not finished developing on gold, right? But we will be making bullish divergence on the MACD histogram, so this could potentially pump us to the upside, right? Price action to the upside, and not so much on the RSI, right? Just on the MACD histogram. So, and to go to your question, I do believe it's a tough call on Litecoin right now. Look, same thing happening on Litecoin, right? Touching that 236, just like Bitcoin did, and rejecting it, bro. So not looking the strongest. Again, you know, we could pump up, right? I mean, it's not out of the question. We are still making less negative momentum, and we are sitting low on the RSI on Litecoin. So, yeah, let me know, guys, if you want to look at another coin, and then we will definitely look at it. And I'm still waiting on you guys to comment. If you are commenting and for some reason it's not showing up on the stream, send it via an alternative way, like Facebook or Twitter or something, and I'll check it out, right? You want to look at seller again? Yeah, we can look at seller again. What do you want to look at seller for? Let's see. It's not doing much, man. It's just still going down, right? I'm going to go on the 1 hour because on the daily there's nothing developing yet. But look, man, like I said, we are developing that. Now it'll be to here, and it'll be to here, right? This could still develop a little bit more and lose strength still, and potentially make another lower low, and we could make that bullish divergence and then pump to the upside, right? That's what I would expect for it to happen. But right now we're seeing below that 20 MA. You like seller? That's cool, bro. I'm not sure what their project does, man. I need to do some research on this coin. But again, yeah, that's it on seller, man. There's not much going on. We had this that we called out, right? Then we dumped just like everyone else because everyone was showing that, and then, you know, we went there. Dude, you did the math on the geo mining. Okay, so it was like 15,000 XYO, like $7. You can generate around that much in a month, so it's not worth it. But that's not where the token is. Yeah, let's look at XYO, man. I'm not sure if we looked at it the other day, but XYO. How? Oh man, I didn't even hit it for a pair. So it's a platform for apps like gaming. Okay, cool. I'll have to look at it in detail. David, how many hours do you need to have that running for you to generate those $7? And how much consumption of your cell phone you're gonna have? It doesn't seem like it will gain more traction, but I don't know. That's fairly new. Okay. XYO. Let's look at that. It's actually not paired to anything else than Bitcoin, so we'll have to look at a Bitcoin pair. Even though I don't look at Bitcoin pairs because if you want to get out of crypto, you're probably gonna get. Look, the only reason you would look at a Bitcoin pair is if you wanted to increase your Bitcoin holdings against another coin, right? If you don't want to, yeah, that would be awesome, bro. If you're a bot seller, right? The only reason you would like to look at a Bitcoin pair is if you wanted to get out of a coin into Bitcoin because you wanted to increase your Bitcoin portfolio, right? And you could see it as maybe an option for Bitcoin to even go higher against that pair, and then you will be able to buy more of those coins when you want it to turn back, and that is a valid way to trade. But from my point of view, if you want to get out of, if you want to get into crypto, you're probably going to get in with dollars, and if you want to get out of crypto, you probably not want to get into another coin. You just want to get out straight into fiat, right? That's why I usually look at fiat pairs. But we can certainly look at this. This is CHOP. choppy, right? Like very sharp movements because it's worth very, very little. It's at a fraction of what it could be. So it's like 0.0000000, like 5 sats, man. So again, it's gonna look like that. It's still going down against Bitcoin, probably because Bitcoin went up a little bit. And this just started on like May 19th, so there's not a lot of data. And on the 1 hour, look, on the 1 hour, I can see the whole chart, and that I know that's BS. There is chop on the time frames as well. So let's see this real quick again. Sorry if the ads are in Spanish, bro. I am in Mexico, and the Spotify that I'm using, it's free. So again, I'm sorry about that. Man, this I hate it when it's like this because it just makes it harder to see things clearly because everything looks very sharp, like very, very sharp movements, and I just don't like it when it's like that, man. And it just makes charting so much harder. And here, I'm not even sure where this thing is at, bro, because I can't even see the dojis here, man. Oh, they're down here. Okay. Okay, man. I'll try to do something here. Okay. Yeah. So you'll be making that same level of price, and you're going lower. You would be making like medium bearish divergence right now, and you will also have it here on the RSI, which would mean price action to the downside. And I mean, I'm not sure you got it or not because you're basically at this low. So, and right now you would be making like a straight line here, and you would be making less negative momentum. But on the RSI, you are actually lower. So you only had it on the histogram. Price action to the upside, and you just pump to this old level again, and you are making a lower low than the previous low. So from here to here, it's lower, right? And again, you are here again. So what this would happen is pump you to the downside, and at some point in time, you're just probably gonna average at like where it's sitting at. We're actually sitting at there right now, like 5 sats. Yeah, I'm not sure how much traction this project is gonna get, bro. I never heard of it, so just be careful, man, and make sure that you're not installing something that is like gonna have malware on your phone or something, and then you're gonna get screwed out of your holdings, right? That'll be it for this token. Do you guys want to look at something else? So we've done Seller, we've done XLM, now we've done XYO. And I do believe that it could be an awesome thing if EA bought Seller, man. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen or not, but it would certainly be cool, right? I mean, the other platform that uses a lot of payments, it's Steam. You know, like Valve, what used to be Valve Steam, like Half-Life and all those other games. It would be nice if they also got into crypto, right? But again, unsure if that's going to happen, so... do let me know if you want to look at something else. Otherwise, that'll be a stream for today, man. Short, sweet, to the point, sitting at 1 hour and 10 minutes, and I'm actually okay with that for today. So, do you guys want to look at something else? We are sitting at 109 subs, man. Someone else subbed today, and it didn't notify us. And it was probably during the stream. So, the last sub I got is from 14 hours ago. So, GeForce wants to update drivers. That's fine. Yeah. Anything else, guys? We can look at something else, right? Yeah. Thanks, David. I'm just gonna call it a stream, right? And yeah, I'll leave it on Bitcoin and see what's doing that right now. Oh man, look, guess what? We did say it was gonna dump more, and it is dumping more. Now we are going with the market. We are getting this whatever slight bullish, hidden bullish divergence we had, and guess what? Bitcoin probably gonna go down a little bit more, right? We called it out, and it's playing out. So again, Bitcoin for you guys, still going lower, like we expected, right? Slightly lower here, 19.94, and here's like 8.13 something, right? So again, definitely lower in momentum, and lower low could get negated, right? This hour just started 10 minutes ago. So again, that's it for today, guys. I'm feeling sick. My nose is completely killing me right now. My ears are like clogged. I can't hear very well. I just feel like myself, like I'm very distant, and I feel like I'm talking very softly. And that's it, man. Bitcoin 16,000 October. Yeah, dude, some people are saying that this is going to bounce up. But like I say, sitting below that 200 MA does not make the strongest case for it. And I'm more worried about not hitting this measure move, right? That's what I would be worried about. But anyways, guys, that's it for tonight. Again, guys, thank you for watching. If you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified when we go live. Show this to your friends. Help us retweet on social media. And hopefully we can get more people joining these streams, right? And the community growing. Again, thank you all for showing up. I really appreciate it. And I do appreciate all the support that you guys give me. I'll see you all tomorrow. Yeah, peace out, man.